Namastu, it's all about you, and I bow to the divinity in you. Namastu, it's all about you, and I bow to the divinity in you. Namastu, it's all about you, and I bow to the divinity in you. Namastu, it's all about you, and I bow to the divinity in you. Hotep with a palm up on my chest, and that's a peace greetings for those that don't know it. It feels so good, it's easy, and laser is focused, and I'm about to take it caught, feeding the forces. Now gather around y'all like I'm displaying the art. Comedic rise, liberty, student of the y'all. I've been collecting data to display, and now it's on. My mind's a television, it broadcasts enough. I'm blessed they telling lies, visually, man, what up? I'm concerned with my people, not Paris in the club. Radio killer, my art stabilizer, down pressing terrorizer, till we rise up. Increasing frequencies by bringing your iris, windows to your soul, inside I'm writing scrolls. Reminiscing of Malachi York winning mode. Stop holding it down, my brother, get up now. It's our time, son, time to take flight, son. I blow fire out your mind, third eye, son. We are what they fear, son, intellect in motion. And I pick the closed mind, I am open. It's our time, son, time to take flight, son. I blow fire out your mind, third eye, son. We are what they fear, son, intellect in motion. And I pick the closed mind, I am open. And I pick the closed mind, I am open. And I pick the closed mind, I am open.
Because the moon cycle is going out, and the sun cycle is coming in.
Hotep, I emerged out the triple darkness. There was a spark, and light came out the voidness. They try to shut me down, I forced them open. The temple is a craft, and I am zoning. Broken heat seeker, I'm not home in. Pharaoh, so you know I stay on the throne then. In the valley of the kings, with queens up in here. Same time hustling things on blocks here. Voice resonates like ohms up in the air. Get start to tremble, their head rule rise here. I'm not talking about harp in Haiti this year. Land of the lost and the dead, they walk here. It's a twisted realm, but horoscope can take years. On the full moon, comedic yoga done here. The Kundalini energy's out this atmosphere. And the vampires bring to the sense, so beware. It's all about you, and I bow to the divinity in you. Namastu, it's all about you, and I bow to the divinity in you. Namastu, it's all about you, and I bow to the divinity in you. Namastu, it's all about you, and I bow to the divinity in you. Hotep, with hung up on my chest. Hope on my nuts, that's really my solar plex. Even though it's a children's rhyme, there's jewels you gotta find. This little light of mine, I gotta let it shine. My Umi says, shine your light on the world. So every chance I get, I put fire upon the world. And in the process, I put the fire upon the earth. The is a woman, so don't fire upon the earth. Bow in the presence of Nubian sisters. Don't let her read in the meta-netta. The power's within you. You create the weather. Equipped with a wicked wind with nothing but a feather. To guide my ways up in Babylon's maze. The body is a temple, not a tomb for the dead. Consuming life while I focus on survival. Badu said pack light, so I tossed the Bible. It's a time, son. Time to take flight, son. I blow fire out your mind, third eye, son. We are what they fear, son. Intellect in motion. And I pick the closed mind. I am open. It's our time, son. Time to take flight, son. I blow fire out your mind, third eye, son. We are what they fear, son. Intellect in motion. And I pick the closed mind, I am open. And I pick the closed mind, I am open. And I pick the closed mind, I am open.
Because the moon cycle is going out, and the sun cycle is coming in.
Hotep.
Hotep, 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 Hotep.
For the live performance. I want to know everything about it.
Yeah, so what you just heard right then, that's my track Namastu. So yeah, I recorded that track about 13, 14 years ago, but you hear the lyrics, right? Those are lyrics that are potent from now, with the climate of things that are going on. But Namastu was like, I could say that's probably, out of all the songs that I've done, I don't know, probably 200 plus. I know you're like, oh, what do you mean? You do music? Yeah, but listen to the talk before. Listen to the previous talk that we had, going into the whole music journey, right? But Namastu is like maybe like maybe that's like track number, that's like the 150th or 200th track out of like all the things that I've recorded, you know what I mean, in my past. So Namastu really, Namastu was written in a place where I took some time off music. Now I'm taking you back 14 years, right? I took some time off music, you know, a few years, but I was still, when I say time off, I was still going to the studio, but as far as like, I wasn't putting in the evolution of myself into the music. So I was trying to find out a way to bridge in the knowledge and information that I was now dealing with my music as well, but still keep a vibe to it, you know what I mean? Because I grew up listening to, you know, the greats, you know what I mean? Well, I consider greats, like when I'm talking about Rakim, you know, Pac, Big, of course, you know, it's like this, you know, Sons of Man, Killer Priest, Wu-Tang, you know. So I come from a rich hip hop background. So no matter if you don't like the track that I did or not, that doesn't mean there's not going to be a message in it. It's not going to mean there's not going to be depth in the lyrics. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is all about Namastu. What does Namastu mean? Like at that time when I wrote it, I was going to, you know, I was a 20. I was probably a 25-year-old, and I already been to Kemet. I already been to Kemet twice, studying there, you know, there for 3 weeks at a time. Been going through my initiations over there. I was going to the temple on a regular, you know, ancient Egyptian order at that time. You know, so yeah, I was a very different 25-year-old, you know. I was very into, I was into a lot of hidden mysteries, occult, and all that, and just bringing it into the music as well. So Namastu means, at that time, my particular teacher, Neb, is a Neb at that time, you know, shout out to Haru. I was doing a lot of studies with him, you know, from afar. And Namastu comes from an African, more of an African origin of the word. Everybody's familiar with it as Namaste, you know, but Namastu is the more African origin of it, and means I bow to the divinity in you. So that's the teachings that I was getting at that time. And when I heard that, it just resonated with me at the time, you know.
When you heard the word Namastu,
when I heard the word Namastu,
it triggered something in you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, definitely triggered something in me. I loved how at the time I was still in the whole like real Rasta flex, you know what I mean? But I was always different. I always studied different things. So there was probably like a good year and a half period of my life that I was like heavy into Nawabu, and I was going to the temple on a regular. And just me coming from my trips in Kemet, you know, with Baba Ajro Kwesi and Sister Mary Ra, like dealing with Nawabu at the time, it just made sense because at that time York was dealing with, it was just Kemet. So it allowed me to continue my Kemetic teachings while I wasn't in Kemet, and that's where I gravitated. That's what I gravitated towards. So Namastu is, what I was trying to do with Namastu is bring in some of the information, but still have that essence. You know, I grew up listening to Pac, so I love the emotion and the passion that Pac always had in his writing. But I wanted to share some of the knowledge that I was doing, and I didn't want to be labeled as like no conscious rapper and stuff like that, because I really don't like conscious rap. Even though you probably heard that and you're like, this is conscious rap. But I wanted to bring the streets, the hood, you know, and the consciousness on rhythm.
So you were trying to unify some aspects of your interests
100.
Into a tune, into music, because it seems like, you know, you were saying about going to Kemet and then having your Nwabu affiliation, and then you already had, by then you already had an experience with music, with recording, with with lyrics in general. So in a way, like, you were bringing some new knowledge into an aspect of your life, an element, a pillar of your life, which is music.
Right on, right on. Yeah, because I always kept them very separate. I always kept them separate. Oh, this is one world, this is one world, and you know, and that took me on a whole different path, really and truly. Like, trying to keep them separate was so much work. It was draining. It was draining, and that's how I dealt with it for a lot of the time. So Namastu represents, like, after years of kind of battling or just dealing with one side and dealing with the other, dealing with one side, dealing with the other. Namastu represents, I'm just bringing it all together. That's always been my journey, like, really and truly. Like, even growing up in the church and shit, and like being an altar boy. I was an altar boy, heavy, you know. So even though, like, I think at that time I was probably like 13, you know, being an altar boy, but still like into the other things that 13-year-olds in I don't know, Miami get into. I don't know. Whatever. Skipping school, drugs, whatever the case, you know, girls, you know, this what I was doing on the low. I was going through a very rebellious period, you know, at that age that I was an altar boy at the same time. So yeah, it was an interesting thing. But yeah, Namastu is all of that. So in Namastu is I focus heavy on lyrics, you know what I mean? But I like to do my lyrics in a way that it still captures you. It's still captivating. Like, it's not just a whole bunch of information like, yo, just shut up, stop preaching at me. So I remember even at that time, it was a shift that we were going through. Because, yeah, coming up, you know, it was nothing to the, yo, what's up my nigga, what's up nigga, what's up bitch, what, you know, it was like we had a lot of that going on, and we would just greet each other in a lot of derogatory terms. So I remember being like I was the first person in my area that I know of, you know, that was into what I was into, and I just stopped saying nigga. You know what I mean? I stopped saying nigga, I stopped saying bitch, I stopped saying stuff like that, and I would refer to you know, my brothers and sisters, kings and queens, you know. That's a different talk in itself. But
I guess you were conscious of, like, the weight, the power of words, the power of words.
Right. So the greetings, everything was stepped up. So from then I even stopped saying, like, what's up or hello or good morning. You know, I would spill out what I was studying. So Namastu was a greeting. Namastu was a greeting that at that time, I don't know if they still do, because well, I'm not there with it, but Namastu was a greeting that the Nubians would tell each other, you know, and I attended a lot of temples. I was in the AEO, you know, Ancient Egyptian Order, at that time back then. So that's how we greeted each other. So just even in the hood, I would greet heads with Namastu or Hetep. So that Hetep thing, like, just didn't start now. I know no one likes saying that, and there's a whole different thing, the Hetepers and all that, and like, they're using Hetep like in a negative way, you know, or it represents a negative, it represents a particular conscious group of people, you know, overly conscious group of people that people don't like to affiliate now. But, you know, for me, the usage of greeting my people with these terms was to raise them up, was to raise the vibrations up, you know. So even that was a talking piece within itself, because, like, you know, people come around, yo, what's up, my nigga? Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, bitch? Yo, what's up? And I'm coming with Hetep, Namastu, you know. So they're like, well, what's that? So automatically I'm helping raise them up, like, oh shit.
But it's deep you sharing that, because it's, you know, I feel like it's an aspect of you that is, it's ingrained in you. Like, you have that drive for bettering your immediate community, and you seem to go about it in a way, like, you just want to inspire people with your beliefs, with the things that are dear and close to your heart. And so it's really deep that like already then it's almost you took it upon yourself to like raise the level of consciousness of your immediate surroundings because you care for them.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Never thought of it like that. But yeah, that inspire that you say, that inspire or inspire. When we say inspire, okay, it's kind of like inspire is, I'm saying inspire is coming from what? Spirit or in spiritu, maybe. I think it's Latin. I think that's the origin, but it's about, when you say inspire is about spiraling upward, right? So yeah, that is a nice word. But I think over the years, not even over the years, we could go back. Like, I've always been in a particular role that I was showing others something, you know. So yeah, as an altar boy, you know what I mean? Even before that, like, I would help teach the youngers, you know. I would teach the youngers, so I guess I was always in like a type of guiding counsel, or a type of role, if you want to call it that. But that does come with its own weight, because I felt like, and this is only like in the last 4 or 5 years, maybe 3 years really, that I started to know the weight of it, because I'm not here to be anybody's role model. You know what I mean? No. Don't say, oh yeah, I'm not here to. I felt that along the way, I was in me sharing the journey. I became very militant with, oh, come this way. No, that's what you're dealing with. Oh, not, you can't be with me. Or even on like the veganism journey, like, you know what I mean? I remember like just being like very extreme with it and just, oh, you gotta be vegan. You gotta be vegan. That's the only way. That's the best way to be. If you're not doing that, you're killing yourself. And I took it on a whole different thing. Mm-hmm. But you know, like I said, I'm just sharing. I'm sharing. If within me sharing, I inspire you, cool. But I'm not here like, my purpose is to inspire the nation. Yo, I'm not here for all that. You know what I mean? I'm not here for all that. I'm not here to be your supreme yogi teacher or your health guru or whatever. I'm just living my life, and sharing it. And that's what I'm doing now. So I'm sharing another part of it. So all of this is Namastu. But I wanted to just hear the lyrics just in itself, because, you know, I always like to hear when I could hear lyrics without the beat and it means something to me, you know what I mean? That's how I rate the artist, really and truly. You know what I mean? So they say like, Hotep with an unk up on my chest. So it's real shit. Hotep with an unk up on my chest. And that's a peace greetings for those that don't know it. It feels so good, it's easy, and laser is focused. And I'm about not to get caught, feeding the forces. Now gather round, y'all, I am displaying the art. Comedic Rice Liberty, student of the y'all. I've been collecting data to display here, now it's on. My mind's a television, it broadcasts enough. But they telling lies visually, man, what's up? I'm concerned with my people, not Paris in the club. Radio killer, Ma'at stabilizer, down pressure terrorizer, till we rise up. Increasing frequency, vibrating the iris. Windows to your soul, inside I'm writing scrolls. Reminiscent of Malachi York when in mode. Stop holding it down, my brother, get up now. It's our time, son. Time to take flight, son, and blow fire out your mind, third eye, son. We are what they fear, son, intellect in motion. And I pick the closed mind, I am open. Yeah.
Yeah, give thanks for shining light on those lyrics.
Shay. But yo, I don't know. Are we about done? I think we about done. See, Namastu, Namastu definitely represents. So I was going through a transition. I was coming from the States, and like like before, knowing that I'm going to leave the States, Namastu was the last track that I recorded, right? I recorded, I don't know, maybe probably a month or so before I left the States. So me recording Namastu, like, started the beginning of like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I can put more of who I am becoming into the music, you know. But then when I came over here, it's almost like I took on a whole new identity within itself, because no one knows me. No one knew me for who I was or what I did, whatever the case. So it was easy to create a complete new identity, and I had to do that, really, you know, just coming over here. It may not make sense to you, but it made sense to me at the time, you know. So the liberty that I rapped about, or you know, or wrote about in Namastu, became the world that I actually live in. Do you know what I mean? Over here, while I'm in, you know, in the UK. So yeah, there's a lot with Namastu, but I'm just gonna, from time to time, I'm gonna give y'all insight into the tracks, because there's tons of stuff in the tracks, and I didn't realize the magnitude of what I was writing when I wrote it. So even to be able to speak on something that you did 14 years ago, and the lyrics still resonating now, it lets me know like how ahead of the time I was. But
it's really deep, because it was, you didn't know the impact that the lyrics you were writing about were going to have on your very own life.
100.
And yet when you look at who you are now, what it is you do now, what it is you resonate with now, it shows still a lot of the reality of those lyrics. I just find it like really powerful and inspiring, because it's like, without knowing it, it was a precursor for knowing yourself and being who you are now. So it's deep to know that all these years ago, with the change that you were going through, with leaving everything behind, I guess, and coming over here, that tune powerfully carried.
It definitely did. Because even though I didn't put that out, I was still listening to myself. You know, obviously it was it's a form of healing. And whenever I felt like homesick, really, I would just get lost in my music, because my music is my diary with rhythm, really and truly. So I could just put on my music and just like relive. It could take me back to wherever I was. Do you know?
Yeah, music has got that power. It takes you right back.
It's time traveling, right?
Yes,
yeah.
It is time traveling.
You know, whether back or forward, right? You know.
Yeah, for you.
So yeah. So if you're not familiar, definitely check it out. When you see me drop things on there, yeah. Well, you could go see it if you have any idea about what I'm talking about. You can look up go onto YouTube now and type in Namastu, Namastu, and put my artist name is CiFA SKRPX, so you can look that up. So CiFA SKRPX spelled CiFA space then SKRPX, CiFA SKRPX. So you can look that up and bring this all together. So you're gonna be hearing more stuff. You just want to check out the tracks straight. You could go to my artist page, CiFA SKRPX, and look at the music there. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna upload the whole catalog. I'm gonna upload it there. I said I'm gonna try my best to just put up one a day, and I'll give you more like, I don't know what you want to call it, interviews, the interviews of the track of the songs. I'll select different songs here and there and give you these interviews, right?
Do I?
Oh, so, and as well, for those people that are, if you're in the London area, you're a studio head, you have your own studio, you want to do some work, let me know, get in contact with me, you know, or if you're abroad and you want to, you know, anywhere around the world, you got tracks, you got beats, you know, forward them. It's not just hip hop. I deal with music. You know, hip hop is my love, but I love to experiment with everything and anything, and you're gonna get to know me as that. Really, I guess with the journey forward, you going back and listening to my stuff, you probably hear majority of just hip hop. But moving forward, it's just gonna be just anything and everything. I express this here with you now, but you know, meditation music gonna come along with it. Other things, yeah, just tons of different stuff. Yeah, but yeah, it's about expression. Like this is me. This is what makes me happy. This is my zone. Do you know what I mean? You know, one of my zones that I like to be in. So yeah. Right.
Yes, thanks. Looking forward to the release of the new tunes, the new lyrics.
Right on.
Finding that new aspect of the musical side of you, which is, I guess, one of the biggest parts of you.
Yeah. One of the biggest hidden parts of it, yeah.
Biggest hidden part of you.
True.